Welcome you all. In 2014, two researchers, one from Princeton and one from UCLA, published a study that proved something almost everyone wanted to believe, that writing by hand makes you understand things more deeply than typing. It became one of the most cited psychology papers of the decade. It had a title like a movie poster. The pen is mightier than the keyboard. Professors across universities and banned laptops from their classrooms. 7 years later, a professor at Tufts University and 87 of her own students ran the same experiment again, and the results was gone. No advantage, no difference, nothing. Now, here is the strange part. I think both studies are correct, and what they are both pointing at is not the pen, not the paper. It is sitting in a chair right now in front of a blank page doing absolutely nothing. And in that last 2 years, it was become the single most valuable skill you own. Stay with me and I will be explaining this a little more in details. You know, the feeling you sit down to write a business plan, assignment, message to someone you haven't spoken to for maybe 4 to 5 years, and the paper just looks at you. We call it writer's block, as if the page has jammed, but nothing what actually happens in those minutes. You are not blank, you are loud. That's a voice, and in the remarkable, well informed situation, it says, this has been said before. It says, someone smarter has already written this. So, understand what is really happening. The blank page is not empty. The blank page is a mirror, and that's starting back in the judge of your new appointment in your brain, who says never produces anything out of it, and who has somehow been given better power over everything you do.
Pam Moeller and Daniel Oppenheimer ran 3 experiments. Students watched the same lectures. Half took notes by hand, half on laptops. The obvious objection is distraction. Of course, laptop users do worse. They're on Instagram. The researchers closed that door completely. Internet disabled, other programs shut off. The laptops could do exactly one thing: take notes. And the handwriting group still won. But look at where. On factual questions, dates, names, numbers, both groups were fine. The gap appeared on conceptual questions: explain this idea, apply it somewhere new.
And they found the mechanism, which is this entire video in one sentence.
The laptop students wrote down more words, and they wrote them verbatim. The lecturer's exact phrasing, captured perfectly, processed not at all. The handwriting students physically could not keep up, so they were forced to compress, to summarize, to decide in real time what mattered and what could be thrown away. One group recorded the lecture, the other group thought about it. Hold on to that sentence. We're going to need it later, when it stops being about notebooks. This finding was so satisfying, it became common sense. Pen good, screen bad. You have probably said it at a dinner table. Then in 2021, Heather Urry at Tufts did something science is supposed to do far more often, and rarely does. She tried to reproduce it. A direct replication of the original study one with her entire research methods class as co-authors, around 140 participants, half by hand, half on laptops, same format, same quiz. Part of it replicated perfectly. The laptop group again wrote more words and again wrote more of them word for word from the lecture, but this time it didn't matter. On the conceptual questions, the ones that made the study famous, no meaningful difference. Her team then pooled 8 similar studies from other researchers, and across all of them the effect was small and statistically insignificant.
So, the pen is not mightier than the keyboard.
Because if you look carefully at what survived and what didn't, you find something far more useful than use a notebook. Because the moment handwriting becomes a rule instead of a struggle, the magic leaves. A student who has always written by hand, and India is full of them, is fast enough to transcribe on paper too. And the second you can transcribe, you have stopped thinking. The paper didn't save you. We already know this culturally. Think of the photocopy of a topper's notes, the most circulated document in Indian education. Every exam season, outside every coaching center in Kota, in Delhi, in Chennai, there's a machine printing somebody else's understanding. And it almost never works. Not because the notes are bad, because the thinking already happened. In the topper's hand, in the moment they decided what to leave out.
You cannot photocopy the decision, you can only photocopy the result.
So the finding isn't paper wins, it's that the difficulty was doing the work. Remove the difficulty and you remove the learning. And you don't notice because your notes look better than ever. In 2008, a neuroscientist named Charles Lim, who is also a jazz musician, put professional jazz pianists inside an fMRI scanner. 2 tasks. First, play a piece they'd memorized. Then, improvise. Make it up as they go. Same instrument, same hands, same music. Completely different brain. When they improvised, one region went quiet, the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex. That region handles planning, control, and, the key word, self-monitoring. Meanwhile, the medial prefrontal cortex, associated with self-expression and personal voice, lit up. In plain language, slow down. Before anything original came out of them, the part of the brain that watches and judges had to step back. That's not a metaphor. That is your inner critic on a scan switching off, because creation and evaluation cannot run at full volume simultaneously. And now you know exactly what's happening when you stare at a blank page for 20 minutes, produce one bad sentence, and delete it. You're running both at once. You're asking the judge to approve a sentence before the sentence exists. That's not writer's block. That's a traffic jam of your own making. 1. Paper doesn't scale, and we know it. 2. We've been trained to read friction as failure. 3. Paper isn't neutral. A screen gives every thought the same font. Paper remembers the corner it was written in. 4. And nobody admits this one. Paper keeps score. On a screen, a bad sentence vanishes without a trace. Delete, and it never existed. On paper, it stays. Crossed out, still readable, permanent evidence that you once thought something stupid. Your inner judge prefers the keyboard because the keyboard lets him hide the crime. We didn't abandon paper because it was inefficient. We abandoned it because it was honest. Now, everything so far happened before 2023. Go back to the mechanism. Why did the handwriting students understand more? Because they couldn't keep up, so they had to compress, decide what mattered, throw the rest away. That act of compression was the learning, not the ink, not the paper, the deciding. In modern world, your meeting has a transcript. The transcript has an executive summary. The summary has action items, assigned with deadlines. Nobody wrote anything, and every single word of it is more accurate than what you would have produced.
Do you see the problem?
And this isn't speculation. In 2026, researchers from Microsoft Research and Carnegie Mellon surveyed 319 knowledge workers about 936 real examples of using AI at work. 2 findings should stop you cold. First, across almost every kind of thinking. Comprehension, analysis, evaluation, people reported putting in less effort when using AI. Expected? Fine.
Second, and this is the one, the more confidence someone had in the AI, the less critical thinking they did. And the more confidence someone had in their own ability, the more they did.
There's a study from MIT's Media Lab in 2025 that put EEG caps on people writing essays. One group with ChatGPT, one with a search engine, one with nothing. The no tools group showed the strongest, most distributed brain networks, the AI group the weakest. The AI group also reported the least ownership of what they'd written and struggled to quote back essays they had finished minutes earlier. Now, I'm going to do the thing I did at the start of this video because that's what we do here. That MIT study has been challenged. A 2026 commentary flagged the small sample size, questions about the EEG methodology, and reproducibility concerns. So don't build your life on that brain scan. So here's the practical question for anyone building a career right now. If AI writes the summary, the email, the report, the deck, what is left for you to write? The answer is beautifully simple.
AI can only compress something that already exists. Give it a transcript, it gives you minutes. Give it a document, it gives you a brief. So the things only you can write are the things with no source. Document a
5 of them, 2 minutes each. 1. Objectives and expectations before the work starts. 2. The decision and the reason written before you know the outcome. 3. One lesson from the day. 4. The note to a human, a message to a colleague who covered for you, a line to a friend you keep meaning to call, a note to your parents that isn't about a plan or a booking. 5. The list of what you don't understand yet. Notice what all 5 have in common. None of them have an input file. None of them can be prompted. All of them take under 2 minutes, and every one of them is a small, deliberate rep of the exact muscle the machine is quietly doing for you. That's the whole game. Let AI have the compression that doesn't cost you anything. For 100 years, that gap was unavoidable. Now, for the first time, it's optional. You can close it with one click and produce better work than you could yourself today, while becoming a person who cannot produce it tomorrow. Anyone can generate the output now. The only thing that stays scarce is the judgment that decides whether the output was worth publishing at all.